It has been pretty obvious that the Enlisted merge is going to be coming out after or during this current battle pass. Meaning the Enlisted merge is going to be coming out at any moment. However, what effect will the merge have on the Enlisted community? In this video I will describe the effect of the merge on the Enlisted community. Of course, this video has been made possible through the friends at Discord, meaning that if you haven't liked, subscribed, or joined the Discord, it highly suggests that you do. That said, let's get started with the video. Before we start, let's break the community into 3 groups. The first group will be the new players. After the merge arrives, it will almost be a guarantee that there will be a flood of new players. Of course, this may or may not happen depending on enlisted circumstances, but either way new players will definitely join the game. This group will probably have a lot to learn and a lot to get a hold of, since they have to get used to the squad system and how enlisted works in general. However, what sets them apart from the new players before the merge is that they only need to pick one of 4 factions or do a few factions simultaneously. At first they might be horrified by the grind, since the grind is still massive, but still it's better than grinding 6 or more campaigns. However, they will find it difficult within the first few weeks to understand how the game works. Realistically, it is during this time where most of the players will leave or continue playing the game. However, like all new players, they will be outclassed in terms of weapons from almost everyone else who has played the game, simply because the older players have unlocked a lot of weapons. So in hindsight, these new players will suffer the most. That said, they do get a fresh start as compared to the second group of players. The second group of players is mostly made out of people who have maxed out a few campaigns before the merge. This ranges from people who recently started the game to people who have been playing for a few months. Unlike the new player, they will be having an easier time because most if not all of them will have better equipment and a better understanding of Enlisted itself. However, the biggest issue that will face this group is the unlocks. For you see, some unlocks require the previous unlock, and as of the time of making this video, this fact hasn't changed. Meaning that if you have only unlocked the Panzer IV, you have to unlock everything before the Panzer IV to progress. Case in point, if you only have a Panzer IV in Berlin, you have to unlock the Panzer II, the Panzer III, and various other Panzer to even continue the progression. This is where I see some of the old players leaving the game. However, despite the frustration, most of these players will be better off than the newer players. The only issue is that this group is kinda stuck, not being able to move forwards until you unlock everything. But besides this, older players across the board will have to learn some of the new mechanics that Enlisted has given us, however nowhere near the extent to what the new players have to learn. That said, speaking about old players, let's talk about the players that currently have most of the campaigns finished or are completely finished with all campaigns. For this groups, they have the easiest time. For one, most of these players will get smooth transmissions to the new merge, with some only having to finish some parts of the new tech tree. Of course, they will also have to learn a few new things due to the merge, but once again nowhere near what newer players have to learn. This group will also have extremely exotic weapons and squads as compared to the new players. For example, they will have British squads, Italian squads, they can have paratroopers, and they can even German squads using Soviet PPSH-41. Or for those people out there who want to be precise, MP717. This will be the group that the new players and those who have played the game briefly before the merge will call as overpowered or outright hackers. I will not be surprised if new players complain about the amount of hackers in-game, which itself is a real issue for Enlisted, but thanks to the merge this problem will become a big issue for a lot of people who don't really understand the game. Overall, this group will have almost all of the new Enlisted tech tree filled. However, this could potentially turn a lot of people away, since Enlisted would need to find a way to keep these people entertained. That said, all of these players will generally have an easier time after the merge due to several aspects, one of the most notable being the merging of all campaign into faction, so we don't have to grind multiple factions. That said, I will not be surprised if during the first few weeks when the merge goes live, that people will be flooding the forum, Discord, or YouTube itself to complain or even phrase Enlisted. Generally, the biggest amount of complaints for the new Enlisted will come from the groups with the least time in Enlisted due to how the new merge will be implemented. Overall, like with all updates and fixed, there will be a lot of drama. That said, I personally cannot wait for the merge to arrive. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.